are looking at 1 John 4 today. Here goes. Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. For many false prophets have gone out in the world. But this you know, the Spirit of God. Every spirit is that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh and is from God. And every spirit that does not confess Jesus is not from God. This is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you heard was coming, and now is in the world already. Little children, you are from God, and you have overcome them. For he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. They are from the world, therefore they speak from the world, and the world listens to them. We are from God. Whoever knows God listens to us. Whoever is not from God does not listen to us, but this we may know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and whoever loves has been born of God and knows God. Anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love. In this, the love of God was made manifest among us, that God sent his only Son into the world, that he might live through him. And this is love. Not that we have loved God, but that he loved us and sent his Son to be the propitiation for our sins. Beloved, if God so loved us, we also ought to love one another. No one has ever seen God. If we love one another, God abides in us, and his love is perfect in us. By this we know that we abide in him, and he in us, because he has given us of his Spirit. And we have seen and testify that the Father has sent his Son to be the Savior of the world. Whoever confesses that Jesus is the Son of God, God abides in him and he in God. So we have come to know him and to believe that the love that God has for us, God is love. And whoever abides in love abides in God, and God abides in him. By this is love perfected with us, so that we may have confidence for the day of judgment, because as he is, so also are we in this world. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out all fear. For fear has to do nothing with punishment. For fear has to do with punishment, and whoever fears has not been perfected in love. We love because he first loved us. If anyone says, I love God, and hates his brother, he is a liar. For he does not love his brother, whom he has seen. And whom he has seen cannot love God, whom he has not seen. And this commandment we have for him: whoever loves God must also love his brother. 1 John 4. So we look at 16, it says, so we have come to know and to believe the love that God has for us. God is love, and whoever abides in love abides in God, and God abides in him. You know, there's a lot of love in this chapter, which I talk about all the time. I always share about the love of God, of how we need to love one another, and how, we need to care for one another, to help, to encourage, to inspire, to motivate, to uplift one another. Co-workers, family, friends, someone on the street, when you give them a smile, give them a good day, open the door, hold it for them. It's that simple. Saying good morning, hello. Do I have my best days every day? No. Because we all have our ups and downs. We all have those rough days. I have a lot of them. It's rough. I really try not to. Or maybe I'm just trying. Maybe that's the issue. One other part in here is how it talks about that it says if we love God but hate our brother, we're a liar, because if we cannot love our brother, who we can see, but yet say we love God, who we have not seen. We are in a world of imperfection. We are in a world of falsehoods. We are in a world of egotistical maniacs. Antichrist. Many have heard or seen movies where it talks in Revelation about the Antichrist. But at this point, because it says here that the spirit of the Antichrist, it's already here. They're anti-Christ. We need to be careful. Confirm and verify. We've heard that many times. I've shared that many times. Again, when you're at work and you're learning something, you want to confirm the information that you were given and then verify that it was true. Confirm and verify. This is what you told me. Yes, confirmation. Now, verify that information is true. See, we have theory and then we have practical engagement. There are many occupations that deal with theory, and the theory is what they deal with every day. So, being in radio, media, the business, we have the theory that is taught. This is how you should do things. This is the good starting place. But actual application does not always match the theory. So the theory is, this is how it works. Now, here's how we need to apply that theory. Now, there's certain things, theory is theory. That is the absolute, because that's how it works. Theory problems. Theory. You have to apply the theory to get the answer. But there are certain times that when you're dealing with certain things, it's the application of the theory to figure out how something comes together. So this is the idea. Now, how do I make it work? And that's kind of like us. We have the theory. The theory is being better every day, being better today than yesterday. But how can I apply that to myself? How can I help someone else be a better person? How can I be that better person for them and all those around me? How can I love? How can I share that love with one another? Again, it does not matter what they think. It does not matter what they believe. It does not matter if they agree with you. You have to love them. Help them. It's planting that seed. Helping them be the best that they can be during your journey of being the best that you can be. That's what we do. Doing the best that we can. We deal with many things. I know for me, this has been a long week. Had a lot of late sessions. Not normally dealing with that or doing that. This upcoming week might be a little different, but as soon as I think that it's going to be easier because I did a lot of prep work last week, some other things could happen this week, so it's not going to be as easy as I think it could be. But we have those weeks. And those weeks can be a little extra stressful. Then you have the times like I completely forgot I need to drop my car off tomorrow morning for maintenance, oil change, tire rotation, just little things. Plus I've got a click on my passenger side front wheel well that every time I turn, I hear that, so I needed them to check out. But I forgot. Luckily, it was in my calendar. Actually, it was an email that I received because it wasn't in my calendar because I'm in the process of having to change things over because I'm going to be losing an email address. So I'm needing to switch emails over, so I've been in the process of that. It was a personal one. The deal that I was given 10 years ago, or however long it was, it's been a long time. I'm losing it. I'm trying to watch because they're switching it to a paid thing. Again, we have to be responsible financially, trying to watch my dollars and cents. So that means the reality I'm losing that email. So I'll just go back to the initial email that I had created, which then opened the door for this free one. That's all right. I'm kind of concerned. I have all these videos that I've been sharing over the years. I think I have over 1,000 on my YouTube page, so I might be losing that YouTube page. But I do have another YouTube page I'll have to start moving things over to. So yeah, it's just, it's crazy. Changing usernames and it's crazy. It is. The biggest one's going to be the YouTube. So if you do follow my YouTube, My Buddy Jimmy 101, you're going to want to just start going to My Buddy Jimmy, youtube.com/MyBuddyJimmy. That's it. It'll be the original one that I actually had before the other one popped in. So now I'll have to get everything swapped over. When they wipe out the one email, hopefully they'll put a kibosh on the email. But I don't know. We dealt with this at work at the radio station because we actually use Gmail for our server, and when they wiped everything out for us, we lost everything. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's the little things that happen, but life moves on. I'll have to try and change up my subscriptions and get them moved over to the other one, but that's okay. 1 John 4. God is love. Love your neighbor. Love yourself. To really help people. I mean, are you helping people? I ran into this show on IMDb TV. Christian Kane's in it. It's called Almost Paradise. Came out in 2020, I believe. He was in Leverage, and he also released a country album years ago. And, you're dealing with life. He is an ex-DEA agent that is needing to calm hypertension, very stressed. And we deal with that stress every day, but we should be helping others to not feel that. What is it that we are doing to help people be the best that they can be? Are we taking the love that we have and sharing that with one another? Are we being the good person or the bad person? You know, like in Almost Paradise. Cops and robbers. Are we being a cop or are we being a robber? You need to decide. Are you giving, helping, or are you taking and hurting and discouraging? Where is it that you're going? What is it that you are doing to be that best person that you can be, to really be that person when you are around others? They want to be around you because they get that aura, that feeling. They feel good being around you. I don't know that I give off that vibe. I'll be honest. Maybe some days. Maybe some days not so much. I'm surprised I have not ran into hypertension myself. But maybe it's all the voices in my head. I don't know. I don't know what keeps me. I was going to say well and balanced, but I don't even know that I'm well and balanced. But I do have that escape. It's one thing with what I do is that escape. Because when I'm on the air, I'm this completely different person. When I'm one-on-one, I'm this guy just hanging out. Not sure if I told this story before, but I remember there was a friend of mine that I was doing some work with, and we'd always run into each other at the coffee shop, and he'd come in and be like, hey! And I'm like, hey. He's like, how's it going? I'm like, so good. It's all right. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. He's like, I listen to you on the radio, and you are just, excitement and just this bundle. And I go, yes, I am. It's a lot of energy. I don't have that energy every day. I save it up to use it on the air. Sometimes I save it up to use it on the podcast now, since I'm not really doing much on the air anymore. Unfortunately, people see things, and what they see might always be the truth. Not that I'm trying to lie or show something different or to pull the wool over someone's eyes. I just have to be a certain way when I'm on the air. I have to be on. It's a performance. It's like being on stage. My stage just happens to be a microphone, and then I'm in four walls, so I'm by myself. I'm not seeing anyone. I'm not, on stage on Broadway or at a playhouse in front of a crowd. Because when I'm talking, at that moment in time, who might be listening to me, it could be the worst day of their life. Something bad could have happened. They could have lost a loved one. They could have just had a fight with their significant other, their spouse, or maybe parent. I need to try and put a smile on their face. I need to try and give them some comfort for 5 seconds. It's not easy. But at the same time, I could have been having that exact same day. That could have happened to me. Now, I still have to go and be on. As they've called before, the dancing chicken. So they talk about the dancing chicken that they have. It's in the skillet, and they turn the fire up until all of a sudden the chicken doesn't know that it's being fried. It's not dancing anymore because it's dead. It's died. It's kind of in boiling water. Sometimes you can be that dancing chicken and you're going, and you've got to get that break. How do you really improve yourself to take that time away to really rejuvenate? So see, for me, I'm on the air and I'm really doing this, but when I'm in the coffee shop, I'm just relaxing, trying to relax. Just enjoying my coffee, going through email, reading a book, reading a Bible, watching videos, looking at magazines. I mean, whatever that is, that you're just you're just being chill. You talk to anyone that really knows me, I'm not one to get overly excited. But then you hear me on the air and you hear overexcitement. It's the difference. Trying to be the best that we can be, trying to do the best that we can. You know, you have a job. What is your job? You know, you're an accountant. You have your job. How are you doing with that job? You know, you're a doctor. How are you doing with that job? You're a nurse. How are you doing? You're a firefighter. You're a cop. You're fill in the blank. You answer the phones. You work in a call center. You sell insurance. You work at a convenience store. You're a cashier. When you have that interaction, what are you doing to really help someone, to put a smile on their face, to give them a good split second of the day? Love. Love, love. Love God, love your neighbor, love yourself. Share that a lot. Heard that from Pastor Bob. If you've never checked out him, do that. He's on YouTube. Does some daily devotionals. 1 John 4, read that today. How does it speak to you? How does it help you to really grow? How are you able to take what's in here to apply that in what you do every day to make you a better person? To be a better coworker, to be a better supervisor, to be a better owner, CEO, whatever it is that you are. Maybe you're just a husband, a wife, an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, mom and dad, brother, sister, friend. Being the best that you can be. Being better today than yesterday. Being better tomorrow than today. Be the best that you can be. 1 John 4. Read that today. If you enjoyed this, be sure to share it on social media. Thank you so much for listening. Now, you can also follow me on social media, which we have discussed before. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, My Buddy Jimmy, actually youtube.com at My Buddy Jimmy, mybuddyjimmy.com. You can find me there as well. Really make this week a great week. Really try to learn something, be different, to grow. Kind of like as I share my word of the day that I do every day. The more you know. I mean, remember, we have a responsibility. Which that responsibility, it does give us power, because there's power in love. We're just not talking Huey Lewis of the News and Back to the Future and the power of love, but it's true. There is power in love to really lift up someone or to tear them down. And as we remember from Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. And when you have love, you have a great responsibility. Just being in this world, we have a great responsibility. And I know many of us fail at that responsibility. 1 John 4. Read it today. Thank you for listening to The Gospel Road. Have a great day. God bless. Spinal adjustments provided by Dr. Chad Rolfson. The Spinal Tuning Chiropractic Center is a Des Moines area low flat fee per month unlimited chiropractic care practice. When life happens, just adjust. Schedule today at spinaltuning.com. If you're looking for help with software, app, web development, be sure to check out my friends at ingenuitycompany.com. They believe in their clients. Software development, app development, web development, visioning, design thinking, diagramming, organizational development, strategy. They can help you at the Ingenuity Company. Find out more at ingenuitycompany.com. Barbecue provided by Kenny's Rib Wagon, catering ribs for your pleasure and serving daily at Plaza Pub, 62nd and Douglas in Des Moines, across from Merle Hay Mall. Find Kenny's Rib Wagon on Facebook.
The Jimmy Olsen Radio Network.